Hey YouTube, how's it going? Mark here with another fragrance review. Hey, I'm glad to be back reviewing for you guys. So let's get the ball rolling. This is of course a special edition review, a subscriber's choice. I owe you guys this fragrance review 4 or 5 months back, way back when I asked you guys which fragrance you wanted me to review. You guys did your job. You voted on my blog and on my channel. So whoever voted, I just want to thank you very much for participating in Subscriber's Choice. Thank you, merci beaucoup. Definitely appreciate that. You guys always been active on my channel with Subscriber's Choice. I didn't do my part in January. I think I was supposed to be reviewing this, then I went overseas. So I'm a little late, so thanks a lot for being patient, guys. So let's get this ball rolling. Now, if you're not on my brand new Twitter account or on my blog, or you don't check the title of my fragrance reviews before you click on the actual video, you might not know which fragrance won the Subscriber's Choice. Well, it actually is Édition de Parfum, Frederic Malle's Musc Ravageur. Now, Musc Ravageur, guys, on YouTube, this thing, throw it in the Hall of Fame because so many reviewers have praised this thing. It's on a pedestal right now. Let's bring it down a notch or two, guys. This thing dubbed a panty dropper, dubbed sex in a bottle. Now, hyped up. I gotta give props to my man Miguel and of course my man Brandon. Those two probably sold at least 24 Musc Ravageur bottles on their reviews alone. Hype men right there, salesmen. Go pay them. For me, I'm going to bring it down a notch or two. I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about this fragrance. I don't believe in panty dropper fragrances. I don't believe in fragrances that are 100% guaranteed. Don't blind buy this fragrance thinking that it's the holy grail of fragrances. Guys, there's no such thing, okay? This thing is just like any other fragrance on the market. Some people love it, some people hate it. You'll see in the comments below. Some people are going to say, this stuff stinks. I don't know why people hype this thing up. And then there's other people who are going to be like, this is absolutely amazing. Where have you been my whole life? For me, I've worn this for almost over a year now. I think it's actually been over a year. And from comments from women, I've had both sides of the coin, guys. This isn't, a magic elixir. Yeah, I had some women that said, you absolutely stink while wearing this. And that includes the dry down, because I know some guys are going to be like, nah, the dry down's amazing. Everybody loves it. No, actually not. And then, of course, I have women that absolutely drool over this fragrance. So both sides of the coin. Well, let's get to the fragrance review. Enough chit-chat. Let's get to it. Musc Ravageur, Frederic Malle. Here's the bottle, guys. This is a very simplistic design. As you can see, they use actually the same exact bottles for every one of their fragrances. This is just a sticker that they wrap around. And there is some detail on the cap right here. And sprayer works actually very well. As you can see, the cap locks in real good. As you can see right here, they have the name of the perfumier on the bottle right up front. And that should be a standard on actually every fragrance. I think I feel that these guys are underpaid, underappreciated, and it's nice to see that their name's actually on the bottle. Maybe just put their name on the box. That would be actually great to have. But I think they deserve a little bit of recognition. Frederic Malle makes sure that they do get it. I appreciate that. There is some writing at the bottom of my bottle. I don't think you guys will see that. My camera's... but either way, there's actually the date that this was made and the date that this is going to expire. As far as expiry dates, I do not believe in those, but this one says it was made in 2009. I believe that's when I bought it. And it's going to expire in 2014. So they give it a 5-year lifespan, Frederic Malle fragrances. So there's the bottle. This is actually the 50 ml. It's the smaller bottle. Now it comes with the sleeve that goes over a box, so I'm going to show you the sleeve first and then the box. The sleeves are very standard. They all come with this type of sleeve, red, and then it just says the name of the fragrance, the name of the perfumier, of course. Same on the side right here. And in the back there's a little story about not only the fragrance in French and English, but also the perfumier, a little bit about him. Maurice Roussel, as you can see, there's a picture of Maurice Roussel there. If you ever seen that picture right there, he's got an epic stash. Definitely, I don't think he's rocking that anymore, but it's definitely a pretty sweet stash. For the box, it's a generic box. You can see that there's not the name of the fragrance on it. They use this box for every one of their fragrances. It just says the name of the brand. Inside, we just have a little bit of foam to put the fragrance in. So there's the box and your presentation for Musc Ravageur. Now, Musc Ravageur comes in different bottle sizes. You have your two standards, the 50 ml, 100 ml, running around $130 to $240, depending where you purchase it. Just to let you guys know, there is an oil version of this fragrance, and you can also buy 3 10 milliliter refill sprays, kind of like a little decant, so 30 ml of it, and that'll cost you around $80 for those. Now, this one hit the shelves in the year 2000. Has it won any awards with me? Actually, it's been in a few of my top 10 lists lately, actually. It made number 5 in my top 10 niche fall 2010 list, and it made number 8 for niche winter 2010. So we can see it's going to be a very good fragrance in the cool weather. Now, group spicy oriental. Some say it has a gourmandish vibe to it. I do agree. This fragrance actually has a lot of different heads showing. Gourmand is one of them. Parfumier, as you can see, it's marked all over the place, is Maurice Roussel. One of my favorite parfumiers, Rocaman, New Harlem, Riverside Drive. I can go on and on about this guy. Resume, impeccable. Recommended age, this is for the more mature man, but I can see somebody, in their 20s rocking this stuff. The right person, I would say. So I'm going to put in 25 and up as far as recommended age, but definitely it takes the right person to wear this fragrance. Now, how many sprays and where? This fragrance actually go one on the back of the neck right here. There you go. And then one on each arm. I put it right up here. Good to go. And that's it. 3 sprays. You really want, even in the winter, you really want people to come closer to you with this fragrance. Now, in the first couple hours, like right now, I got a huge scent cloud, but then it's going to die down. And 3 sprays, back of the neck, I really think is best for Musc Ravageur, just because right here it really gets to your nose. Beautiful. Now, the notes. Let's take a look at the notes. The top notes, very fresh with the lavender and the bergamot. In the mid, then the spice comes in, the cloves, the cinnamon. And in the base, it gets real busy. Vanilla, tonka bean, musk, gaiac wood, cedar wood, sandalwood. So definitely, let's take a look at this fragrance. First of all, Frederic Malle, the brand. They give the perfumiers basically unlimited budget and are allowed to be artistic with their fragrances. They're not really handcuffed as they are with designer fragrances. Usually designer companies say, this is what we want. Keep sending us different samples of your fragrances that you make. This Frederic Malle, the brand, so I hear, are very open with perfumiers, and I really enjoy that, especially with my favorite perfumiers like Jean-Claude Elena has worked with Frederic Malle, Maurice Roussel. They've done some great creations for Frederic Malle. Now, this is one of those fragrances that is marketed for one occasion only. If you haven't heard it from other reviewers, it's when you want the panties to drop. It's time to seduce a woman, you wear this, right? For me, I don't think it's only for that. I think it's actually wearable at work with the right guy, with the right amount of sprays. I don't think this is a clubbing scent unless you're really going in a high-class clubbing environment that's really not pumping techno or hip-hop. It's just like a nice, smooth place with couches. It's not that kind of panty dropper that you're thinking. It's something that I would wear during a full evening with a woman that you love. Definitely depends on the woman that you're dating. Some hate this stuff and some love it, so I would not wear this on a first date, by the way. Now, this is the least musky scent that has musk in the name that I think, in my opinion, that I've smelled. The muskiness of this, the animalistic feeling of this fragrance is really hidden behind a lot of the gourmandish goodness that comes out with this fragrance. It's almost like they wanted to mesh the old school with the new school gourmand, with the old school musk. So really well done, I think. Really well blended, this fragrance. It gives you a lot of different faces, like I said earlier in the video. Now the top, what does the top give you? Lavender and bergamot blast. It's very fresh. To some people, it just, if you blink, you're going to miss that really fresh start. To other people, the lavender gets really cloying. And I've smelt it on my skin that the lavender gets cloying, and it stays for about an hour, and it really gets to me. But on some wearings, it just goes, and it goes right into, of course, the mid, the heart. Then it gets real dark and real fast. We get some spice in here. Now, cloves, cloves, and cloves. We've heard it all before. This fragrance has a lot of cloves in it. Cloves kind of gives you an earthy, spicy, and slightly sweetness to it. Then the musk is there also. It almost reminded me of civet. Civet is almost really, basically, really animalistic. That joins the background with the cloves. And there's a small hint of vanilla here that really gives it almost like a sweetness. Definitely the start of this heart is an animalistic feeling. And this is where a lot of people are going to be like thumbs up or thumbs down on this fragrance. Right away they'll be like, no, this ain't for me. And that's where you're going to get a lot of people going, I ain't doing this. Now this is where it starts getting almost tasty in the heart. Basically a couple hours later it starts, this is where everybody's like hyping this fragrance. The spicy, the sweet, warm cinnamon comes in. Vanilla kind of takes over, which starts the sensual feeling of this fragrance, almost Cinnabon-like. Not as sweet, but you know what I'm talking about, gourmandish. While the rest of the muskiness and the cloves kind of die down, it was very smooth and sensual at this point. Not overly sweet, but this is where you picture this fragrance really being like almost like sexual feeling. Now in the base, I feel like the Tonka vanilla took over, almost a powdery feeling like base, really amplified the sweetness with the cinnamon. The woods joined the party. The woods aren't really that dominant at all in this fragrance, but definitely the sweetness took over, and then slowly died down to the ending of this fragrance, which was just plainly musk and woods from then on, and then you're done. So definitely this fragrance has different layers. A lot of people just catch a couple layers of this fragrance. You know, some people just get the animalistic feeling to it, they don't like it, or they just get the vanilla powdery feeling to it. Almost smells like baby wipes or grandpa perfume. People are going to say that they only get that. For me, I got all three layers. Sometimes I got just one or two, but that's basically, this is how complex this fragrance is. A lot of people are going to get different things from it. So definitely sample before you buy this fragrance. Sample actually quite a bit before you spend the $100, $200 on this bottle. Now this fragrance is a musky, masculine, gourmand vibe. I definitely felt like this is the mature man's gourmand. You know, some of these gourmand fragrances, they're just too sweet. They're just a little too, you know, the 20-year-olds wear them. But this is like the mature man's gourmand. You can definitely feel that this is the mature man's gourmand. It's sensual, sexual. It's a deep fragrance, well done, well blended. A beautiful, actually a masterpiece to actually be honest with you guys. This is really only a special occasion fragrance. I can't see this as being an everyday use for everybody, but like I said earlier, it is wearable at work depending who you are and how confident you are wearing this fragrance. So for me personally, this is only a special occasion fragrance. I don't wear this daily, but I can see someone else wearing this daily. Can definitely be worn to a dressed up or a romantic occasion. Worked very well being outside. I gotta tell you guys this. In the spring and the fall, going for walks or something like that, it worked very well outside. But did not work that well indoors with lots of people around. So if you're going to, I don't know, you're going to a place where there's a lot of traffic, it's going to get a little warm. Since there's a lot of people, I don't really recommend wearing this thing. You might choke somebody out. The top is really musky. and bearing almost into an old man scent, then morphs into almost a rich gourmand with a slight hint of animalistic appeal. And that's basically this fragrance in a nutshell. And some people hate it and love it. I really pictured, when I was doing this review and smelling this fragrance, I really felt like this is the 70s porn stars would wear this. Tom Selleck came to mind with this stash. I don't know why. Tom Selleck's Juice right here. Young Hugh Hefner, definitely Musc Ravageur for those guys. Now, this is actually a unisex fragrance, believe it or not. It's definitely pushing the envelope for the women. I can see women wearing this, but definitely I think it works much better on a man's skin. Now, why would you hate this fragrance? Well, a lot of people are going to agree with me on these ones. The top, the mid, just may hurt you. The cloves, the animalistic, musky feeling just isn't worth the dry down. Baby wipes, grandma perfume. I heard this is an old man's cologne. And the sweetness in this fragrance. Some people just, it's too cloying, not good. So that's why you would hate this fragrance. One word to describe this fragrance, definitely sexual. You just have to say it, it's sexual fragrance. Bottles, I definitely see a little bit of Guerlain's Chalimard in this, and that's of course a woman's perfume. If you want a straight up musky scent, go see Musc Ravageur. That fragrance is definitely musky, so that's why I'm saying this one's kind of tame for a musky scent. When I close my eyes, this fragrance reminds me of basically being in between the sheets, guys. This is just basically what this means. Best time to wear this fragrance, going on a date, not a first date. Definitely you got to make sure the woman in your life enjoys this. Going out for walks, I had a great time wearing this outdoors, perfect for outdoor time in the spring and of course also in the fall. It works well also in the winter, of course. Now, compliment factor, like I said earlier in the video, 50-50, guys. It all depends on your woman. If you're married or you have a girlfriend, definitely make sure that she smells it before you purchase a whole bottle. Steph, personally, did not like this when we got close and cozy, but when I was wearing it outside, she actually really enjoyed it, and that's why I'm trying to say that in the review. It's not for everyone. It's not a safe blind buy, but it's well done. It's worth the money as far as a niche fragrance goes. For $100 and some, $200 a bottle, it's worth it if it works on your skin. So my 2 cents on this fragrance, just basically what I just said. It's not for everybody. It's a well done niche fragrance. It's worth the money, but it's just not for everybody. If it's a winner for you, it's gonna win big time. But if you don't enjoy it, do not purchase this. It's a 50-50 draw. It is not sex in a bottle. Not for everybody. Might be for you, might not be for the next guy. So buy, try, or pass, guys. This is a no-brainer for me. As far as the price goes for niche fragrances, this is a quality juice. It's complex, it's well done, longevity, projection, awesome. You can't go wrong with this fragrance. If you enjoy it, it's going to work wonders for you. So this is a definite buy in my eyes. Let's get to the rating system and see how Musc Ravageur does. Let's see if it gets a perfect 10. Alright guys, let's rate Musc Ravageur. First of all, projection. I'm going to give this one 8 bottles out of 10. 5 to 6 hours scent cloud, very much a monster, but after a while it dies down, perfect for a sensual evening. Longevity, I'm going to give this one 9 bottles out of 10. 9 to 12 hours, give or take. Sometimes it gives me a little more, so it gets an excellent score for longevity. Versatility, a 7. It's not the most versatile fragrance on the market. A lot of people that own it will attest to that. Smell and the compliment factor, I'm going to give this one a 9. It did very well as far as the smell goes. Very complex, well done. Compliments were kind of half and half. Seasons, I would say winter, fall, the best. Also spring outside. I think on a cold spring day this will work. This is a new school meets old school type of fragrance. Not as musky as advertised, and it's got terrible versatility. Overall, I'm going to give this one 9 bottles out of 10. Outstanding fragrance.